Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. This is episode 73 of the Let's Play series. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely day. So, right now, I am a particularly happy chappy. Primarily because I have just taken an enormous brave pill and I have dived into Giant's Editor. As you can see, ordinarily, there are hedges that usually sit here. Now, obviously, Court Farms is peppered with hedges. They're collisionless, so they're just there. You can't get rid of them ordinarily in the game with the construction menu or even with the map objects hider mod like you can with most solid objects. But I was just having a bit of a think and running around as I usually do first thing on in each game day, just sorting out the manure and the slurry and having a bit of a figure out as to what where we're going to go in today's episode. And I just thought, you know what, I really do wish I knew what I was doing with Giant's Editor. So I downloaded it again, installed it, and bravely opened up the map file for the Court Farms and had a bit of a whiz around in there. And essentially it was relatively straightforward. It was for this thing anyway. I'm not even going to attempt to try and do anything more challenging than this, but I just went into there and clicked on the hedges that I didn't want and pressed delete, and sure enough they disappeared, and I was like, it can't be that easy. But in this case it was. I just deleted them and then got quite excited and went around deleting a few more that I really wish weren't there. So I have something of a plan afoot. It's going to cost me quite a bit of money because this was what I had planned for the episode anyway. But essentially, it might be a bit easier if I jump into the construction menu and show you from there. So, this is one of the grass fields that we cut in the last episode, and as is this one over here on the other side of the cow barn, just over there in the distance there, if you can see my mouse cursor moving around. Now, what I had planned to do in this episode was purchase this field. We're going to spend a bit of money in today's episode. We're almost going to spend everything we've got. We're currently at £374,000 just over, and I plan on spending just under 340, which is fine because we do kind of rake it in at the minute on this series. Obviously, when it comes to income, we've got the clothes, we've got the wool, we've got the BGA, which gives us a decent hourly income. So I'm not too fussed about emptying the bank account. We don't need any more tractors or machinery for now. But I'd seen this field, and I've always wanted to buy this field because we have the access to it from this little lovely bridge here. So in my mind, initially, what I was going to do was before rolling this field and getting the next growth stage promoted, I was going to run a dirt track down the edge here, because this is where there was a hedge. I was going to run a dirt track down the edge here, just trim this field down a bit, run it down here, and just create an access point into this field. And like I thought to myself, like I said, I thought I really do wish I could jump into Giant's Editor and remove these hedges. So I've removed this hedge here between these two fields. I think you can all see where I'm going with this one, can't you? Because this field also has an access point from a bridge here, and it just thought, in my mind, I just thought to myself, they're ideal fields to be owned by our farm. And then I saw this. Now, you can't delete this wooden fence in the construction menu. As you can see here, I've just clicked on demolish and it doesn't work, but I can remove it using the map objects hider mod. Obviously, I could have done that in Giant's Editor as well, perhaps, but I thought I don't need to because I can use it. I can get rid of it in just using the simple map object hider mod. And I did remove a hedge that was here as well. It ran kind of along there. So yeah, I think you can all see where I'm going with this. And we're going to purchase this big long field here, which is field 62, I think. Yeah, field 62. We're going to purchase field 64 here. We're going to purchase this little plot of land here, which isn't actually a field. It's just kind of dead land. It doesn't count itself as arable land. As you can see there from the map in the bottom left-hand corner, as you can see, you've got a field here, you've got a field here, and nothing in between. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of this fence with the map object hider, and we're going to, at the minute, this has a harvested wheat in there, so that's okay. That's a harvested wheat. As I say, that's dead ground, and that is a field of grass. Now, it's really, really small, and don't get me wrong, I know ordinarily some people might make use of that grass, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over just ploughing through it or cultivating through it. That's the plan. But yeah, that's going to turn into one pretty decent sized field. And the idea is, we're in April, and we are within a planting window. So I'm going to put some soybeans into this whole big field. So that's the plan. And that will then take the portfolio of land that we will own at home farm here. That'll take us to just north of 95 acres. We're currently at just over 86 acres in total that we own. And it will take us to just over 95. So that's pretty cool. I'm quite excited to do that. And what I'm going to do here, as you can see, I have also removed a hedge that ran between these two areas here, because this field needs rolling as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of this piece of land here, because I'd kind of blanked off. This was a field initially on the map, and because I'd blanked it off and placed this cow barn down, I just turned this into just, you know, just grass, as it were. That I just painted it in, because there was no point keeping it as arable land. But now that I've got rid of this hedge, I can then I can extend the size of this field here, if that makes sense. So the access point for this field that I'm going to create is going to feed itself off the existing track that we have here, and it's going to kind of run down here. I'm going to trim this field off a bit from where this field kind of sticks out here and creates that little bit. I'm going to run the edge of this field up here and turn this bit into a lane that will give us the auto drive access and the like a decent access point onto this field. So that's the plan. I'm really, quite honestly, I can't begin to tell you how excited I am that I've done that. And what I also did, it's another, if I take you where am I going to get me? Yeah, this field here, field 90. It's a field that we've owned for a very long time on the farm, but it always had this area here. Now I've not done anything with it at the minute. We'll do something with it when we've dealt with the grass that's in this field. But as you can see, this was a hedge. It just kind of stuck out here and had a tree at the end of it, and it's always kind of annoyed me a bit, I suppose. So while I was in GE, I've jumped in and I have removed that hedge and that tree. And now once we've cut this grass, I'll be able to just turn this little piece here and join it all together and turn it into one big square field. Now I know that for some reason, if you see the white plants there, I don't think, in fact I can probably try that now, can't I? But I'm pretty sure I can't get rid of those plants, I think. Oh, I can. There's some plants that you can't get rid of. It's those ones there, isn't it? Forgive me. Yeah, so the white ones aren't the problem. It's oh, that might work out quite well. But yeah, I think it's those ones there that don't seem to, you can't seem to get rid of. I remember experiencing this. Oh, goodness me. Forgive me. I'm doing this on the fly, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, seems you can get rid of them. Oh, excellent. There was a load of them over here. When I did the joining together of these fields over here, there wasn't actually a hedge. And there is a row somewhere here. Well, there was. Yeah, there we go. Those white plants. I couldn't get rid of those for love nor money, and they're still there in the planted crop. So that's very interesting. Why couldn't I get rid of them there, but I can get rid of them over here? Oh, well, I'm going to have to do a bit more investigation into that. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly. When I joined those other two fields together, I couldn't get rid of those plants. Whether I was painting grass down with the painting tool or painting it down as plants, but it seems... Oh, that's excellent. Brilliant stuff. So you can't get rid of paint of those white plants with grass, but if you paint over with the flat grass you can, and those ones you can't get rid of with this, but you can get rid of with the other one. Right, okay. Well, that's brilliant. Nice one. I'm quite chuffed with that. Right, so anyway, that's the direction we're going to be going, and we're going to make ourselves one nice big field for soybeans. So we're going to have quite a bit of work to do ahead of us. Forgive me, I'm just going to neatly sort this bit out. Yeah, I'm quite... I'm surprised by that. By what I've just found. I'm not going to do anything with it now, obviously, because it's a crop that we've got growing. But now... So you can get rid of those somehow. Interesting. I'm sure I did. I tried that. I painted with the hard ground and I painted with the plants, and it didn't go. But anyway, clearly got a bit of work to do when in the landscaping menu when this field has been harvested. So anyway, right, let's jump out of construction menu. So yeah, I think I'm going to crack on with a bit of work here very quickly. I'm going to paint over all this stuff here and in fact, I can do that now while I've got you here, can't I? Show you how to use the map objects hider mod if anyone's interested. It's a very handy mod. It is on the mod hub, I believe. But if I just take a quick sprint, jump over this here river. I am very much looking forward to this. I really am. This is the very first time in my entire history with Farming Simulator that I have done anything with giant sedded. I did open it once or twice in the past, a long time ago, and just felt completely baffled by it all and gave up almost immediately. But if I walk up to this fence, press H, let's hide that. There we go. So that's excellent. And there we go. Thought it was in sections, but it's all gone. Excellent stuff. That's that done. So yeah, now we can essentially run the cultivator, cultivate this whole thing through, and create one nice big field. So, I'm going to go and pick up some equipment. I'll join you back here in a second's time. Tell you what though, this has made my mind go into overdrive now as to what little bits of customization I can do down here with the fields, with the farm. Now I've done a little bit of painting here, as you can see. I've not finished off the track yet, but I suppose very quickly I'll jump again into the construction menu just to show you what I've done. So I've kind of trimmed this field down and just ran the edge up to this edge here, and I've got rid of this little annoying bit here. This little bit kind of did my head in. It's like the field kind of came around into here, so I've just got rid of that, squared off the edge, and then what I'm going to do, we're going to cultivate this whole field back under again, so that the crop that we plant in here grows all at the same time. Initially, at the minute, it is still going to be grass, I think, but there we're going to run this field right up to here and extend it. So that's why I was happy to sacrifice this little strip along here and also this little nubbin at the end here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. But we're in the John Deere now. We've got the cultivator. I've got the cultivator create fields mod installed. Always have done. So we'll be able to work with that. But as you can see now, we have a lovely little access point into this area of land here, which we still haven't purchased yet. So let's jump into the map PDA farmland. We'll go for that one. Yep. We'll go for that one. There we go. That little strip of land there. And this little strip of land there. Done. So that now leaves us with a relatively meagre £30,770. Been a while since we've had that kind of money in the bank, hasn't it? So, now what I'm going to do, obviously Courseplay is going to manage this field for us. I'm going to pop it into a cinematic, but I should be able to just, essentially, what we want to do, let's bring up the menu actually, allow create fields. So we just want to drop that down about there. There we go. And now join them together there, because we can create a course without having to deal with any islands. And then Courseplay should just be able to plot one big field. So let's do the same up here. Now I've painted it. There was a bit of a lane that came in from over there. I've painted over that so that we can take as much advantage of as much of this land as possible. But there we go. So we can now run right up to here, right up to the edge, and make one pretty big field. This is exciting for me. Forgive me, I know that there might be a lot of you out there who are completely fully versed on Giants Editor and have been for a while. For me, like I said before, it's something I've tried once, got a headache and didn't bother. I just didn't appreciate how simple that little bit was, just getting rid of those hedges. And it's also made my mind go a bit crazy for other series that I've got. For example, a Cali Farm that's got lots of little fields, as I'm sure some of you may well be aware, all divided off by hedgerows. And I've my mind's gone into overdrive with that as well, thinking, oh, what can I do with that? I can certainly make some bigger fields, get rid of some hedges if possible. So I may well have a dabble at that in the near future, but for now I suppose I just need to concentrate on this one for now. So I think we'll neaten up the edge here, because it does look a bit higgledy-piggledy there. So we'll just allow that far edge of the cultivator to just neaten that bit up a little bit. There we go. Bring it round. Head off there. Just feed it nicely into the existing field. Pretty much. Just like that. In fact, we can probably afford to get a little bit more out of this bit here. If I just kind of straight line that there, we can take advantage of this plot of grass here as well. Because there is a normal access point for this field. Where is it there? Just coming up on the left there, the gate. But we don't really need to worry about that, do we? Because we've got our own point over our nice little bridge there. So let's straight line there and aim for that little sticky out bit. See if we can line it up. There we go. That should do us, I think. Get rid of that bit. Yeah. Excellent. That will do just fine. So, let's bring ourselves back to here. Now I'm going to start with the headlands with this one. So, if we jump into Courseplay, there we go. You can see we've got, essentially that's now, Courseplay should see that as one big field. So, create job. There we go, straight away. Perfect. Oh, I'm not too keen on those bits over there. Do you know what? We're going to see if we can do something with them first. If we're going to do it, we may as well do it properly, aren't we? There's a couple of sticky out bits, as it were, so I think we should be able to neaten those up a bit. Where were they? Yeah, there. Where are we there? Yeah. So, let's just see if we can run. Let's drop that down there and just straight line it. Ideally. And that should smooth that bit off, I hope. There we go. Fingers crossed that's worked. Take it right up to there. Okay. That should be job done. So, let's go back over here to near where the Courseplay course would ordinarily start. But could have been a bit of a sticky out bit as well there, actually. Like I said, it's worth doing properly first time, isn't it? So, let's try and catch that bit. There we go. Nice. Let's hope that's worked, eh? Right, so let's jump back into the create job menu. So, create job, there we go. That's better. That's much better, isn't it? A bit smoother up that edge. So, course generator. Let's have a look. So 6 meters wide, we'll run 2 headlands. Yep, that's fine. Start on headlands, corners smooth, clockwise 25%, bum 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 bum, longest edge, and that's the one we want to turn off, island bypass mode, because Ordinix it'll see the areas that we haven't cultivated over as islands and work their way around us, so we have no bypass. We'll keep the field margin as 0 so it doesn't go too far over to the edge with the create fields on. Generate fieldwork course. Now this might take a few seconds while it thinks about it. There we go. Not bad at all. Perfect, in fact. Right. Let's get making this field, shall we? Right, there we go. That's that one done. Just under 11 acres, if my calculations are correct, this field. So really happy with that. I really am. I honestly feel like the world is my oyster now that I can delete things in Giants Editor. It's one of those things. It's really simple. I'm sorry to keep going on about it. Please forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just, as you can tell, I'm just a little bit excited. It's kind of the wrong time. If I'd learnt this a long time ago, it would have been way better, right? Obviously, with FS25 being announced the other day, and that's only a few months away. It's just terrible timing, isn't it? But goodness knows what kind of customization we could have achieved here on Court Farms if I'd have figured this one out a long time ago. Anyway, it's done. So now I am acutely aware that I spent the first 20 odd minutes of this video just babbling on, as it were, going over my newfound workings of Giants Editor. So I'm gonna do the same with this field now. I'm gonna get this done off camera. I'm gonna cultivate this field under with its new little bit at the end there, and then I'm gonna potentially just get them quickly scanned, limed, and fertilized, and then I'll pick you all back up when we're ready to get some soybeans into this field on the other side there. So I'm gonna crack on, and I'll pick you up as soon as possible. Right, okay, that's all that work done. Now I've ran some lime, I've ran some fertiliser, and I have ran the field scanner as well. Attached to the new hull in there, and I've scanned in all the field data, so precision farming's where it needs to be with the information that it needs, so that's excellent. I have also hooked up the planter, seeder, to our relatively new Fent here, the 724. I'm going to go and get cracking and get some soybeans drilled. So ordinarily we do run a front tank as well, but because this is a wonderful mod by Mark Thor, this is part of his enhanced planters pack. This particular seeder does have just on its own, it's even got a slightly larger capacity, so we've got plenty of seed in here. At the minute we have got 4 tons. Not too sure, in fact I can tell you in litres what it is, and that's not even full. If we go to that there, it should say, yeah, we've got just over 5,000 litres of seed just in the seeder alone, so I think we're going to be alright for that, I feel. So I'm really happy with this little bit of customisation that we've done. I'll show you the grass field here now. Obviously it's not grass yet, we've got to re-drill it, but I think it works really quite well, don't you? It's way bigger than it was. I've done a bit of auto drive wiring in, I've changed a bit of the network there, and it now links itself nicely into this down here. So that's all good as well. But now we need to get our seed into the ground, into our new field, so we're going to do exactly that. There we go. Right, so much as before, let's crack on and get drilling. Right, job done. There we go. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is our first proper custom field here on Court Farms. Absolutely love it. Really happy with that. A nice, big, pretty long field of soybeans. So, obviously, what's left to do in here? Obviously, we need to get the field roller in here and get it rolled over. But as for yield, now over here we're at 98% in the sandy loam. I did notice in parts of the loam it's up to 123. Now if I jump very quickly into the precision farming menu, as you can see, a big chunk of that field up there is silty clay, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. But as I say, in these areas of grey loam here, we're up to 123%, so that's pretty good. But the yield is as best as it can be now. It's completely limed, it's completely fertilised. As you can see there, perfect values. I know we do have a bit too much nitrogen in the field. I know I didn't actually think about that. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I completely forgot that soybeans don't really need fertiliser, because I limed and fertilised the fields, didn't I, before? Shouldn't have done that, really. I should have just limed them, drilled them, and then fertilised after, in which case I wouldn't have had to do anything with that that field, but my mistake. Either way, it's all good, it's fine. Now obviously we need to get this one drilled with grass as well, get this one regrowing, but I think that is going to be in the next episode. I think we're knocking on the door of just over half an hour for this one, so the next episode I think is just going to pick up exactly where we are here. We'll literally pick up from where we left off, get drilling some grass in here, and finish off this one with the roller and go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the video. I really do hope you've enjoyed it and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. That does do wonders. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, or even the new FS25, as always, your help with that would be hugely appreciative. So thanks again, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.